Welcome to Skol Chat with Skoda, episode 12. We are a chat group created by four guys who are a blended family, not only through the traditional familial means, but also for the love of the game, specifically for our favorite team, the Minnesota Vikings. We won't claim to be professionals, nor will we cover a lot of stats unless it's specific to topics we will be discussing. We're just four fans who get together to basically discuss all aspects of the team, from games, training, releases, signings, and the overall organization itself. Our name is derived from two of us who reside within Minnesota and two who reside deep within Packer territory. This is not our livelihoods, as we, like many of you, have busy lives, and what we hope to obtain are additions to our blended family by having you become a part of it. We have room to add a couple of you at a time during our airings and would like you to join us in our chats. As with any family, there will be happy times and sad times, just like last week, to be discussed and experienced. Although the game may only last a season, the desire for the game and the team is year-long. If you want to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button, follow us on YouTube, and give us either a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on your experience, and leave us a comment. If you'd like to join us during the show, contact us at the email link provided below.
All right, so week number 2 in the books, and the Vikings lost to the Falcons in the home opener, 22-6.
Ran over literally.
Yeah, it was a rough start and rough finish.
I'll tell you what, when you talk about getting run over, rolled over, or whatever, the way the offensive line was going there at times, most of the time, seemed like they weren't on the same page.
Yeah, no.
Then also, I noticed too, McCarthy wasn't going up, when they get ready to go into the play, like playing the Bears, McCarthy would powering out this and that and whatever. He didn't seem to do that much. I wonder if they got on him about, hey, you're burning up too much time do all that, so back off a little bit or something.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah, they were cutting it close on getting a penalty on false start. They were cutting it short a lot.
That one down by the goal line, that
do.
ref took so much time. There was 2 seconds left on the clock by the time he finally walked away. Not that that's an excuse, but I mean, really, that when the ref's walking away 2 seconds before the ball has to be snapped, it's usually probably not going to turn out very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of like a theme for the game. So I think what they did from the first game to the second game is that they try to take some stuff off of McCarthy's plate. They're like try to simplify things as much as they could, because when he's having to make all those audibles, try to change play calls, make a line. Am I gone?
Yeah, you keep on cutting
Froze
out.
up for a couple of seconds.
Weird.
But yeah, I mean, it's almost like the play calls are
It's
too
funny
long.
that and then he has to relay it, and then so like that situation at the goal line substitution, and so the rule is they have to let the defense make a substitution too, and they have to. So it was because the play came in too late, and you're at a home, you should know what you're going to call.
No,
So
absolutely.
I think, and I mean, it starts with the offensive line first and foremost. There was a couple of times where they left unblocked players come in. I mean, JJ McCarthy's been sacked 9 times this season, was sacked 6 times in this game. And, you get 2 free rushers at the
Yeah, that was a little excessive. Same with the
quarterback. I mean, again, it was the line that.
Every time you turn a certain way, your audio goes out.
No, I think it's like they're metering my upload and download speeds, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, from what we see, it's kind of like watching a Chinese movie where the lips keep moving after you're done.
I will destroy you.
That's the way it goes. But,
I'll
I mean,
hold
he did,
still.
Obviously we lost our
Hopefully
center,
improve.
strings, guard, I mean, just crazy.
it's too early in the season for this. Too many shenanigans.
Like,
It'll
if you
work out.
compare,
It's going to take a bit.
if you compare our injury,
Yeah.
well, that's it. Like, the offensive side of the things, it just doesn't look like it's meshing. It looks like too long, 2 seconds too long.
It's almost
I mean,
like
everything's based on timing, and if you're supposed to throw the ball here,
yeah,
you're scared.
yeah.
And what we talked about beforehand is that we like Brosmer because he throws it before they make the break. He's anticipating the throw, where JJ McCarthy is just like right on the cusp and anticipating, but it's just the beat too high, too low. They're just not there.
Yeah.
Yep. It just doesn't have enough experience yet. It's part of it.
He may I mean, I guess he did have his past experience, but as far as experience with the guys that he's going to be set to play with, whether it's first string, second string, third string, they should already cycle through, all got used to one another, but maybe they need a little more time.
Personally, he should have had more in the preseason. He should have played a little more in the preseason.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But then again, they probably didn't want to get hurt.
That did a whole lot of good because we're in their second game and we're on 13 people on the injury report, and we got 5 on IR.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we have one good quarter of football.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's part of it too. Is like they didn't play enough. The offensive line didn't play enough in the preseason to gel.
Yeah, no, they didn't.
Well, they kept on rotating during the training.
They're good.
Look at early on and even toward the end, training camp, like Will Fry, they were taking him out, putting what's his name? The one that played guard last year, Brando. They were switching them out. And same with on the left side. They were switching out with the rookie now and then, So how is the line? I know they're trying to look for the 5 suitable offensive linemen, O-linemen to, but if they keep on swapping players in and out, it doesn't really give them that much time to gel. Then, of course, the whole O-line room needs to gel together anyways, but playing together is a different scenario there. So I don't know.
Didn't we have a second string in there for the offensive line, John? We were talking about it.
We actually ended up with our third string on our tackle.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, Rouse, because Skol was in there. He's the second. He's a backup tackle. And, of course, he got hurt with the concussion, so they put Rouse in there.
Which, I mean, he probably needs to get comfortable, too, because, as a lot of them, they still had some work that they need to – they got to do what they got to do when they know, hey, this is the play we're doing, so we need to execute it. Sorry.
Well, the other side of the things, too, though, is the Falcons' defense played pretty well. They played the right game plan. They were 8 in the box, daring McCarthy to throw. And so they were just dropping back, having zone on the backside, and just having 8 people at the line and then rushing at least 5 every single play, it seemed like.
Yeah.
So, they had the right game plan, and then he just...
But they could have moved some more protection over towards the left tackle, too, or to help. But,
well, so the protection was questionable. Like, what are you doing? Like, it looks like one play for sure. Like when there was if you're looking from the offensive perspective, it looks like they slid to the right, but still had they slid to the right, but still then they had the free rusher on the left-hand side. And there was another one where the free rusher came on the right-hand side, and Jordan Mason was in the backfield, and he started trying to help pass protect in the middle of it. And then 75, O'Neal, wasn't even too much going on in the house with what we got pulling internet.
That's what it is.
Because in the past, I've had issues with you guys freezing and me not. But now, from my perspective, every once in a while it'll spin. But then all of a sudden, all 4 of us will spin. But hopefully, I'll try to cut this all out. But hopefully, it doesn't mess up the recordings and just shows the spinning on the screen. I mean, at some point, we can maybe just do all audio. Who knows?
Well, even you break up in the audio part. You start talking, then all of a sudden, you're not saying anything, or then you're finishing what you're saying, and we might catch the tail end of it.
You can always turn down the high the audio resolution is too, on the camera feed.
Yeah.
It just seems weird, from one recording to the next, how
what?
Different, each one of us will struggle, and it's different every time. But you think it'd be okay, we figured it out, we ironed everything out, and then now something else comes up.
Well, this is the first time seeing you having this much problem on your end,
Yeah, you might have flashed here and there before, but this is sticking pretty good for 2-3 seconds at a time.
Kind of reminds me of Tom and John when they're all sitting together there and whatever, or
All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause right now.
Okay.
What we're we talking about again?
offensive line.
Yeah, I think it was still about the protection.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was
and
rough.
how, yeah,
Yeah, there was a lot of miscues. There really was.
and a lot of
and
mistakes. So I mean,
just being covered in general in order to do anything with the ball. At times McCarthy, he did run, I don't know how many times he ran, but he did give her a shot, a few times to run the ball. But I mean, he definitely could have used some better coverage in order to utilize the ball better. But then again, even when the ball was thrown, we were pretty covered.
Yeah. Well, then it didn't help because Hawkinson dropped one or two passes to him,
I want to say it was 2 at least.
and then Thielen dropped one, and then Jefferson dropped one.
Yeah.
Or a couple.
Was it Jefferson? Maybe.
But anyways,
and then he had that for sure touchdown
Well, yeah.
and overshot him.
Yeah.
Overshot Naylor by 5 to 10 yards. Didn't moonshot the ball high enough.
I think he got to the point he was getting rattled.
And that's where
He's just not ready for the complete pressure yet. It's going to take time and experience to get used to that.
Yeah.
was there a
offensive
single screen pass?
game, I hope they decide to throw Brosma out there.
I thought there was one our running back there. I kind of drawing a blank on
Jones?
his name. Jones, yeah. I thought there was one, but he didn't get it, or he dropped it, or it was too fast for him. He wasn't ready for it, or something. But that lies another thing on that. There was talk about O'Connell even talked about, gonna try to, get Mason in there more in that. And what the first two series was running Jones, wasn't even bringing in Mason. Then after that, yeah, he brought Mason in, and Mason was gaining ground there, but he kept on throwing Jones in there. Yeah, Jones is good on running the out route and, whatever the route is down the sideline and that, and he can catch the ball. But they were working with Mason during training camp, and he was catching balls. But the bottom line is O'Connell, do a couple plays and throw the ball.
Didn't help, though. Then they got their
when you got a 8-man box on the defense there, but got to try.
It's timing though too, because there was a couple of few of the possessions in the middle of the game, or probably I can remember 2 where it was run pass, run pass, and that's what we used to joke about Zimmer doing. So, but then in the second half, when Walter Rouse came in, they had a big chunk play on the run game. Jordan Mason caught 20, 25 yards, and he got a holding, and he didn't even didn't need a hold. He was already past him. The defensive player would not have got him. So, yeah, too many miscues. And again, I talked about the Lions offense and how I hate it because it's gimmicky, schemy, but what it does, it makes the quarterback comfortable. O'Connell doesn't seem to be able to figure that out. I mean, towards the end of the game, you got to figure out, your line's struggling, so you got to figure out some different route combinations, different plays to, get him comfortable or to at least gain 3 to 4 yards on a pass.
Yeah, I think he knew that, but I feel like he was under pressure from someone else. Like, no, these are the players who need to play. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, the Phillips offensive coordinator, it's up in the booth, watching the man. He, put in what he's seeing and whatever, and that's what O'Connell then turns around and calls the play in. But the thing is, too, when they got like 3-1 or whatever, or in one of the complaints about the last quarter, which I said the hell with it. I went to bed at the end of the third quarter. But anyways, the complaint was that, they're in the fourth quarter and there's only like 9 minutes left and whatever. And it was like 4th and 1 or whatever. Instead of going for it, he punted it, thinking that, by then the defense was worn down, and they got the scored touchdown, the Falcons did, and, then they burn off the time, and there wasn't no time to try to come back to even do anything.
Yeah, I mean, the defense overall, I think they did a good job. but you can't go, 3 and out over and over and over, and for them to stay, haven't catch their breath.
Yeah.
Just like
Although,
he holds those timeouts, all the way to the end of the halves, and it's like there's a couple times in there where you should have said, my defense needs a rest. I need to give them at least call a timeout to at least get them to be able to catch their breath.
yeah. Well, at the beginning of the game, the defense wasn't. How many runs did the Falcons have on them?
A while to get.
Yeah.
For that defense, and they just couldn't. They can't run full 100% for the 45 minutes of the game. So, what was our time of possession? It was horrible.
Yeah, I don't even know.
We had 23 minutes and 28 seconds of possession,
Wow.
and the Falcons had
Terrible.
36 minutes and 32 seconds.
Yeah, think of
Which
all
really, that's
all
not
the
that
penalties and everything else in there.
And the Falcons had 218 yards of rushing.
Yeah.
If you have over 100 yards of rushing in the NFL, a good player, a good running back's going to get that. But, Bijan Robinson, he had 22 carries for 143 yards. That's controlling the ball. That's a situation where your offense doesn't need to do too much, especially when the other team's offense is not doing well, not scoring points. 6 points in the whole game.
Yeah.
The defense, and like you said, the defense just got juiced. There was towards the end of the game, they were just giving up gash runs left and right. So it's just going to happen.
Missing Van Ginkel, obviously that's a good big one for us. Harrison Smith hasn't been able to play yet, so
Then
we are
we
missing
also
some,
lost
good
Cashman.
people.
Yeah, Cashman being out, and they call it run fits, right? So he's big in the run fits, playing the gap and control. I think the offense is kind of holding the defensive back. The defense is trying to keep them in games, but if you're relying on the defense like whole game, it's not going to end well. If you're not provide anything.
I thought we were
and missing the players
got
doesn't help.
injured. I thought, oh no, we're really screwed.
Yeah. And Allen, his name was mentioned a couple times, but it was like, well, it seemed like he putting the pressure, and then what's his name? Be able to get in there usually, but I think for when they would bottle up Robinson at the line, or the other running back, Allen was in on that. Then of course when what is it, Redmond or whatever, when he came in, he was playing good. It's not the defense, it's the offense, and you got to get the ball moved, and you can't rely on the kicker. Kicker was, anyways, but that's beside the point. So, anyways, right now the old line needs to get their act together, and and so we lost 2 linemen for this week for concussion, and also the running back, this number 1, I guess you want to call it. So now we got the third backup, second backup, the center and then the second backup to the tackle position. So then we're going to have Mason, and then hopefully what's his name is going to be in there, the free agent running back. What the heck was his name again? Yeah.
Rugby player too.
Boy, I think between Mason and Scott, that'd be a good 1-2 tandem, because Scott can catch the ball out of the backfield.
Yep.
And he can move with the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's shifty.
So what's the deal? Anyways, moving on. I'm done talking about the game. Let's look forward.
We're Well, we got to talk about so we didn't talk about it. McCarthy's out 2 to 4 weeks.
Well,
We have
that's what I said. Let's move on. Okay, so I forgot about McCarthy.
You forgot
So-
about him. He's your star player.
I
What's wrong
know
with
it,
him?
but
You're worrying me. You okay? Need a Pepsi?
can I go get one?
point
Coffee.
though, it's your questionable starter at this point. So Carson Wentz will be starting for the next at least 2 weeks. So and we can kind of move on from that. We'll just talk, Carson Wentz. The name just sounds weird to me. But anyways, he's gonna be the starter. And then we didn't talk about it, but
Thank you.
Aaron Jones is on IR now with a hamstring
Yeah.
injury. So then they brought our man Cam Akers back for the third time.
Three
Well,
times the
this
charm.
time they didn't have to trade for him, right? They signed him. Am I right?
I think they just signed him off the street. I think, yeah.
They didn't have to trade.
I mean, there
a
was
six-
time. Yeah, so they're gonna have at least 8 picks next year. It's gonna be a full draft. And then we kind of talked about Skol being replaced, Walter Wells possibly starting because of the Skol's concussion protocol. Jurgens will be at center because Ryan Kelly is also in concussion protocol. There's a handful of players. Harrison Smith, limited
Might be.
participant.
There was talk that Harrison Smith may be playing this week. Not too sure about our, tackle.
Well,
Yeah.
In there
he's
at some
ready.
point.
I
Well-
think, and we can talk about it at some point, but I just think that this team tries to get too cute sometimes. They try to do things, what they think is the right way or what they think should be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just seems like sometimes questionable. Oh, what were we gonna say?
No, I was just saying I agree with you. It's like,
No, they do.
well, the
During
comment
Zimmer-
was made today, what O'Connell did is like working on different things here, what's going on. But he says, in order to figure out, got to take a look at what's gone on. And there's only a few plays, so many snaps on offense. So it's hard to gauge or judge whatever is, going on. So they're trying to work on that because, I've been put out there, about the play calling, about the assignments and whatever, with the offense. But anyways, yeah. So I was just adding that on to what you were saying, Joe, because that's what brought that out, because you were saying the same thing, basically.
And there's just a lot of different pieces. There's missing pieces, just not meshing, disjointed, just not in a rhythm on offense or even defense. Or we've gotten a couple of turnovers, but they're not getting the sacks that they had in last kind of set. Bengals at Vikings.
Oh, boy.
So get to play at home before they head out overseas for 2 games in a row. And then they get their bye after that. Out for at least 3 months, I think I saw. So the backup quarterback's gonna be starting for the Bengals.
Yeah, former Vikings.
Yeah, Jake Browning.
Yeah.
Which I think Vikings lost to the Bengals in the past with a backup quarterback. I think it might have been actually.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing. The comment was made that after Burrows went out, that Jake Browning was playing better than what was going on Bengals last game, so it's hard telling.
Yeah, I mean, we picked up their quarterback from their practice squad, so he might give them a little bit of insight. But that Desmond Ritter,
Yeah, I didn't catch the name on that, but they were talking about for the third quarterback. So they signed him, or they traded, or
no, they just signed him. They signed him right off of their practice squad.
okay.
He started 17 and 19 games in 22 and 23. His overall passer rating over the 2 years was 80.41 or 84.1. And he had 14 touchdowns and 12 picks. Kind of teetering on our other quarterback that we let go as far as that goes.
Yeah, he started actually with the Falcons too, so the team we just played. So I played there for his first 2 seasons. I think he was a pretty high draft pick. But I mean, so the Bengals are 2-0 on the season. They beat the Browns 17-16, then beat the Jacksonville Jaguars last week 30-27.
Yeah,
so,
the first time in a few years that they started off 2-0. in the past have been
And I think if you look at their injury report, I think they only have 4 players listed on their injury
Yeah.
report. I think there's at least 13 on ours.
13 on ours, absolutely.
So
We only had 2 people out of that 13 that were at full practice. So that was Darisaw and Okuda.
Ben Ginkle is still not practicing.
Limited.
different guys are going to react differently to the protocol too. So I mean,
About
whatever it is.
Harrison Smith, was he limited or was he there?
He was limited.
Okay, well, there's still hope. Got 2 more days. Well, 3 actually, but 2.
What makes it tough is you don't know what the illness is, you
Right.
know. So we can't. I mean, we can just go much into it, but I think they miss his veteran leadership in the secondary,
That's huge.
and they're not able to do what they want to do with trying to blank 44. I'm talking about, yeah, they're not able to do what they want to do with him and mix him around. So they're not able to be as multiple as they were, I guess, if you call it that. So they're able to put different players in different positions and kind of leave the offense to question what they're doing as much so far this season because they don't have all their team. So I mean, this game, the Bengals and the Vikings. I mean, I should have watched some of the highlights of the Bengals to see kind of like what the games looked like, but I mean, it's hard for me at this point. I don't know what kind of team they are. Kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of the 2010 season after they went to the Chance Favre, and that next season there was kind of like a hangover. I mean, we didn't get so far last year, but it just seems like it's not what it's supposed to be. So I don't know. I mean, I might pick the Vikings to lose every game on out until they prove me wrong.
Well, my understanding, what I heard was
Because
Bengals O-line is still bad. And the defense is, and they're not bad, but they're not great either. So I don't know. I was disappointed Sunday night's game, but yeah,
No, we're not going to give up on them. Obviously, we haven't all these years. You know, the thing is too, it makes it hard to judge because we haven't seen Wentz throw a ball for us yet.
Yeah, no.
Season or otherwise, you know. We know that he held an arm back in 17.
yeah,
he was going to be the MVP that year if he didn't hurt his knee.
But,
And he was okay for
around the league. You know, he's been bounced around the league.
Well, he has started in some games. When he played for the Colts, he started there. He was like 9 wins at the time and whatever. Then I don't know what happened. It kind of crumbled after that, you know, but he did good there. Then, of course, he was a backup.
If he struggles at all, give Brosmer a shot.
Hey, why not?
Guy quick on his feet.
No, I think so too. See how he does. I mean, both
he's able. Was that freezing again?
Yep.
And got to put in a kung fu move in there too.
So actually be quicker on the trigger. I'm hoping Carson Wentz will be able to pull the trigger faster than. Am I still doing it?
No.
Oh, you're good.
Dano is just this Bachtel.
So I just keep repeating myself, and no one's reacting to what I'm saying.
Well, I was getting all excited.
Don't wet yourself.
No, did he freeze again?
Oh, Carson.
It's gonna be the new Slim Shady.
You know what's funny though? Prior to recording, everything was okay. Every once in a while, we got this. Yeah, right. But now we're recording, and it's like, okay, you get on a roll, you're pretty good. Then next thing, what?
The audio is just cutting out still, huh?
And then you freeze up. Your face literally freezes.
It's ridiculous.
Dano, you're getting kind of choppy. I don't know what's going on. You're flying all over.
Yeah, your hat sometimes turns into a hairdo the way you're moving around.
Okay.
That's a good look.
Sit still.
Am I still freezing?
I think Dano.
As long as you can hear me.
I can hear you right now.
Can you hear me all the time, or does my voice like freeze out? Like you're saying that's okay. But I'm hoping that he's able to make quicker decisions than JJ McCarthy was able to. That pull back the offense so they're not trying to throw the football, 15, 20 yards down the field on every play. Do a lot more play action. Maybe get some type of fullback in there. Bring a tight end back.
Well, I mean, his experience obviously is going to be able to read the defense a lot better than McCarthy.
Yeah, maybe it's just a lot quicker. Gets the play in. He knows what the playbook. I mean, that's the thing too. Hopefully, he knows the playbook. He hasn't been there that long. But yeah, man, it's going to be a tough. I mean, I don't even know what to expect.
Hopefully, we can get like the first Jobs game where he got thrown in there or something like that. How that first game was, anyways.
Yeah, it's just funny just how he was able to make plays, just again playing backyard football, and we're in a structured environment. They're supposed to be the best setup for him, and we're still struggling on offense.
Yeah, I mean, we got the playoff caliber players. I mean, you know, that's all there is to it. And just have to get that O line fixed. O line, and then JJ's got to be able to read the defense a little better. He's got to be a little quicker on his, you know, getting rid of the ball, and he's gonna have to, you know, shrug off that pressure. You know, I mean, obviously he was completely rattled, you know, so.
Well, let's put it this way. Hopefully the O line
So I don't-
can hold up.
That's why I was saying if the O line doesn't hold up, you know, because Carson is not going to be as
And that's the thing,
quick
is
on his feet to get
it's
out
not
of
the
there.
question. I mean, yeah, maybe 5 years ago he might have been able to, because he was a pretty mobile quarterback back with
Yep.
the Eagles. I mean, they did a bunch of run pass options, so he was running the ball quite a bit, and that's how he hurt his knee. What are we thinking score-wise? Are we there yet, or we want to talk about? Is there anything else we want to talk about the game before we get to the scores?
For the next game, I'm gonna go Vikings. Oh boy, put me in a rock and a hard place, Joe. 13-6. I say the Vikings are gonna win.
Vikings 24, those 14.
They're just gonna break my heart, but I'll say Vikings 20-13. Say you, John.
I'm gonna have to go opposite this time. I'm gonna go with
I think he's cutting out. Something's wrong with his internet.
I'll have to say the Bengals 24, the Vikings. Let's see, let's go with 13.
Could be right.
Like Joe said earlier, kind of gonna have to prove it now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're going to have to prove it.
Because, like I said, we didn't get to see Wentz throw a single pass yet for the Vikings.
I'm sure he's practicing this week.
Well, I'm sure he is, and I know O'Connell said, you know, he's doing pretty good, but he also said JJ was doing pretty good.
Yeah, we did hear that.
I think it's the O-line. We know it's the O-line. But anyway, no, going on the bases, Carson, more experience, should be able to recognize, read defense, whatever. He does have an arm, and the only thing is to be able to connect with the receivers, you know, whoever they are and whatever.
Well, you know, and I do have to say it's going to make, obviously we're going to be on our second, you know, our backup center, but, you know, I mean, whether it's going to be Darisaw or third guy,
Rouse.
is going to make a big difference. You know, because they're going to know right where to attack. If we don't like get some tight end help down there or something, you know, for the guy, we got to give him some help on that end if we are going with our third stringer. You know, I mean, everything was always pushed to the right, and you know, as far as help goes on the right side. But yeah, if we go with our third guy on the
Tackle?
then he needs some help.
I don't know. He probably would. You know, nobody can replace Darisaw and play like him and put him on an island. Yeah, you know, throw Oliver over there or Hawkinson, you know, or whatever to throw up. But what I heard or what I understood, some of the plays, you know, the run plays, he did all right. It was, you know, that first one he did the hold, you know. But we'll have to see how they play.
And we'll have to see how many of these guys on the defensive side actually end up coming back too. It's so hard to judge right now because we don't, you know, with them being limited, they could go either way.
That's true. That's
kind of where I'm making my projection from right now, is kind of where we're sitting at what's on our injuries. Like I say, we got 13 on the injured list, and then we have, you know, 5 on IR.
Well, that's gets me thinking too. Like, are all these guys that like Harrison Smith or like Van Ginkel, or I mean, are they just going to hold them out after the bye week?
What now?
Wait, he's asking if they're going to hold.
What are you talking? Or even Darisaw. If he doesn't start this game, are they going to bring him overseas and have him start for the first game over there?
You never know. Yeah, it's hard telling. You know, he might even start this week. We don't know yet. You know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like if he doesn't, so yeah, and I guess that's where we're like John was saying. It's just unpredictable at this point. You're getting distracted. Get your head up. All right, so we're moving on. So
All right.
we'll talk quick about the NFL North. The greasy, grimy Packers beat the
2-0.
Commanders. We kind of talked about that. Yeah, they're 2-0, leading the NFC North. They beat the Commies 27-18. Lions thrashed the Bears after the Vikings squeaked out one at Soldier Field. The Lions crushed the Bears 50-21.
God, I can't believe that.
Doing their same old garbage. Motion. This guy's over here. We're gonna throw a short pass to this guy, and he's gonna go 30 yards on a swing pass out of the backfield. Is that Lene?
Yeah.
I can hear her voice.
That's how it works, though. I mean, if they're open and they have the opportunity and they got the right receiver, they'll run it.
Well, it's just the thing is, it's like, why can't we do that?
We can, but I mean, the opportunity really wasn't there. We were pretty covered and during the tables versus the other team. I mean, a lot of them were wide open. You know,
Yeah.
they weren't they were not covered as well as they could have been, but
Yeah. At times there was red carpet laid out for those guys.
and they already knew a short bit after. You know, if the ball's getting thrown to them, they are going to gain yards unless you're on top of them, and they continuously left them open and had too much space in between them to guard them.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just scheming guys open, and that's just kind of what KOC used to be known for. I mean, he was like, wasn't he the coach of the year last year?
Yeah.
NFC?
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
So we'll see if there's any adjustments made. But, that's it. I'm done talking about the Vikings. We're
All right.
moving on. We're going to be projecting the other teams' games. So Green Bay is playing, and then their tough opponent is the Cleveland Browns.
God.
I think the Packers will win.
Yeah, me too.
Pick scores for the. We're just going to play win or loss, right? We're not picking scores for these guys.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. We're
but-
not trying to guess their scores.
So I'm saying, yeah,
Whoever
we're all.
lost, whoever has the most wins for the week.
So
I
I
think
hate to
we
say
can
it, but
do
I think the Packers.
Yep.
What are you saying?
We do it that way. I mean, we all can pick who's going to win and who's going to lose, but then the tiebreaker can be the Vikings versus whoever we play that week. And so the tiebreaker, you got to give a score for, but then you still have to add up, 1 point for every team that you pick to win. You get a point.
All right, that works for me. I'm actually keeping track. I didn't keep track for last week.
Well, I know last week I picked the Packers.
But we'll talk. You can just send me a text.
I can't remember now.
I say Packers will take it.
We'll worry about it. I'll update it later. So the Lions then get to play the Ravens
They're getting beat.
Where are they playing at?
at Baltimore.
Wait,
I say the Ravens.
I don't want to go.
Lamar's pretty damn shifty.
I'm waiting for you.
Go Lions.
what? What's wrong with you?
I can't help it. I'm thinking
have
if
a
the
concussion.
Lions beat the Ravens, then the Vikings will beat them.
And I've always said in the years past, you're never going to know what the good teams are in the NFL until after week 4. So we have time. The Bears get to play home against the Cowboys. I picked the Ravens to win.
Oh,
Sorry, that was part of my thought, and I just gave up.
Joe was almost like a free agent. He was just going to go on a whim.
Okay, who's
I think
Bears playing the Cowboys?
at home. Yep. The Bears are at home against the Cowboys.
So Cowboys are going to Chicago.
Rita.
Who'd
I'm
you
not
pick,
the Bears.
Tom?
Bears.
The Bears. The Bears. Who picked the Bears? You did?
Yeah, I picked the Bears.
All right. I was just assuming. So I got a loss for the Bears. Tom's saying win. Did you say, John, loss?
I say the
putting
boys
words in
are
your
going to
mouth.
win. That's because I like their cheerleaders, not our Packers.
Lucky.
I got to go with the Cowboys.
I do too.
Though,
All right.
Their
boys-
game against the Giants against Russell Wilson. That was a fun one to watch. I watched towards the end of it. It's really good.
although
Overtime,
Cowboys,
and the
back
boys
in.
finally scored on the 4th possession in overtime.
well, I'm just shooting with the Cowboys.
Don't go for Cowboys due to rational decisions on cheerleader squad now.
Based on the all-female cheerleading squad, I'm going to pick this
Yeah.
team. They got better. I won't say it. We're a family show, right?
Yeah.
Chicago be too busy looking over that way.
All right. Any other thoughts on next week or anything else?
No, it should be interesting. We'll have to see how it all pans out.
Hope it's a good one. I'm hoping my projection's wrong, but
Oh,
based upon everything we have right now, I kind of have to stick with it.
anyways, the plus side of it is a noon game instead of 7:00, 7:30 Sunday or Monday night. But anyways,
Those primetime games are tough.
So yeah, I got my fingers crossed that the Vikings offense get it together, O'Connell and them boys. And to be honest with
Couldn't
you,
get
I
mu-
hope
can't get
the
much
other
worse.
3 teams in the division lose. So the Vikings, when they lose, we're doing good.
Well, at least we're not last in the division. We got that
That's-
going for us.
Yeah.
We have
So
another
I'm-
game like we had last week.
Guess we'll see everybody.
Yeah, we'll see everybody
Oh,
next
yeah.
time.
Somebody else might be 0-3 still, and we'll still be 1-2.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see everybody next week. If you like what we're doing, like and subscribe. If you want to join us for an episode, reach out to us at Skol Chat with Skoda@gmail.com. The email address will be in the description below. And with that, see everybody next week.
Yep.
All
See
right.
every-
Go Vikings!
Go.